Insects, rodents, and diseases can destroy crops before they even have a chance to grow. So keep your eye out for signs of these things and take action quickly with organic or need-be chemical treatments as needed. Organic pest control for vegetable gardens focuses on using natural, non-toxic methods to manage pests while promoting a healthy ecosystem. So here are a few organic pest control strategies to protect your vegetable garden. And it all starts by being certain that you have healthy soil. Too many gardens start out with soil that's not ideal for growing food. We'll look at this issue more in just a moment. Maybe it's because you're in a hurry to get growing, or we just don't know any better. But regardless, we just go ahead and plant anyway without giving adequate consideration to the dirt we're planting in. In either case, you could be asking your soil to produce nutrient-dense food from nutrient-deficient soil. This will always result in poor performing garden and problems with both pests and diseases. With the issue of poor soil being out of the way, we can talk about some other methods of taking care of those pests and diseases. One very common way to do that is use companion planting. Companion planting involves growing specific plants together that can help repel pests, attract beneficial insects, or enhance plant growth. So here's a few of those useful combinations. We all know that tomatoes with basil make pretty darn good soup. However, when you plant basil with your tomatoes, it helps repel mosquitoes and aphids while enhancing the tomato's flavor. And you can plant marigolds in or near your garden. Their strong scent deters aphids, nematodes, and white flies. And garlic and chives, which we love to grow in our gardens, helps repel aphids, spider mites, and other pests. And even the first-year gardener will be able to tell if insects have invaded their garden. Here's a few things that you can look for. Some telltale signs include holes in your leaves, leaves that have holes or ragged chunks missing, leaves that have speckled appearance, or something called skeletonized leaves. Leaves that look like they've been eaten away are all great indicators that yes, you have pests in your garden. And certainly keep your eye out for insect larvae and grubs. These insects often lay their eggs in dark, damp places. And it's not unusual to find these small grubs around the roots of your container plants. So it's not so much a matter of if you find them in your garden, but when you find them in your garden. And when you do, you need to take action right away to save your crops. Gardeners have trusted neem oil for a long time. Neem oil is a natural pesticide effective against a wide range of insects, including aphids, caterpillars, mealybugs, whiteflies, and scale. It can also control fungal disease such as powdery mildew and rust. To use it, mix according to the packaged instructions and spray directly on the affected plants, ensuring you cover both the tops and the undersides of the leaves. It's best used in the evening to avoid harming beneficial insects. And diatomaceous earth, or DE, has been used by gardeners for a long time for organic pest control. DE is a fine, powdery substance made from the fossilized remains of aquatic organisms. In the garden, DE is primarily used as a natural pest control method, effectively targeting soft-bodied insects like slugs, snails, aphids, earwigs, and other crawling pests by disrupting their exoskeletons with its microscopic sharp edges, causing them to dehydrate and die. It is considered a safe and environmentally friendly option when used correctly. To use it, simply sprinkle a layer of food-grade DE around the base of plants, focusing on areas where pests are active. Be careful not to disturb pollinators and the beneficial insects. And while we're on the topic of beneficial insects, that would be ladybugs. You can actually purchase these beneficial insects from garden centers or online and simply follow the directions for introduction into your garden. You can also encourage more beneficial insects by planting plants that attract them, such as dill, cilantro, and fennel. Another way you can protect your plants is by using something called row covers. Row cover is a white-colored fabric created with a thin spun plastic fiber. It can be purchased in rolls that are 20 feet long to over 100 feet long and usually span about 10 feet wide. Row covers come in different densities. Some are very lightweight, while others are more heavy-duty. Row covers are often installed on frames over the top of vegetables like broccoli, kale, or Swiss chard to protect them from leaf-feeding insects. These crops don't require pollination for harvest, so you don't need to worry about getting pollinators to the flowers. However, for plants like tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers that do require pollination of the flowers, be sure that you don't cover your plants with the row covers until well after the fruit is beginning to show. Another organic and homemade way to deal with pests is to create your own. A homemade repellent from garlic, hot peppers, and water. It deters things like aphids, caterpillars, and spider mites. To make it, simply blend 2 garlic cloves with 1 hot pepper in a quart of water. Strain the mixture, add a few drops of dish soap, and then spray directly on the pest-infected areas. Just be sure you apply it early in the morning or late in the evening to avoid harming your beneficial insects. And if you don't mind playing with bugs, simply just handpick them. Inspect your plants regularly for pests such as slugs, snails, and caterpillars, then remove them by hand, placing them in soapy water to kill them. This method is a little bit labor-intensive but very effective for small infestations. A good quality organic mulch can create a physical barrier that keeps pests like slugs, snails, and weeds away from your plants. Mulches made from cedar or cypress wood are great choices for those who are looking for a type of mulch that not only looks nice but will repel unwanted insects. The natural oils contained in cypress and cedar give off a strong odor that deters most bugs from coming near. Simply apply a 2, maybe 3-inch layer of mulch around your plants, ensuring that it doesn't touch the plant stems. The mulch will also help you retain moisture and improve overall soil quality. And though we've already addressed this, crop rotation, the practice of changing the location of your crops each season, helps to prevent pests from becoming established in the soil. Rotate crops such as tomatoes, peppers, and beans with non-related crops like lettuce or carrots. This tends to disrupt the pest's life cycle and prevent soil-borne diseases. And last but certainly not least in our discussion of dealing with pests is adopting good gardening practices. These things will help minimize your pest problems. For example, water your plants in the morning. This reduces moisture that attracts pests like slugs and fungal disease. Prune damaged leaves. Removing affected leaves can help reduce pest hiding spots and stop the spread of pests and diseases. Clean up any fallen fruit or plant debris. Decomposing plants attract pests like rodents and insects. And if you have several beds, create a pathway between the beds. This will not only reduce some of the pest mitigation between plants, but also give you plenty of room to plant, weed, and harvest your crops, to move wheelbarrows and garden carts around much more easily. Garden pathways should be made of stone because they're highly durable, aesthetically pleasing, low maintenance, and can last for many years with minimal upkeep. Keep in mind that today's garden killer topic is very closely associated with one or maybe 2 other topics. So for the best possible overview on how to keep your garden safe all season long, be sure you watch all 10 of our videos. Hey, before you leave, be sure to hit that subscribe button to stay current with all of our Soil Channel videos. And again, on behalf of Tim Wallace Soil Mix Supply and the Soil Channel,
I'm Tim Wallace.
And I'm Joe. Thanks for watching. Now grow and make it a great day. On the website, you're able to see all the different soil blends we have for the lawn, the garden, planting areas, and even golf courses. Also, you'll be able to see what component products we put into each mix, information about those products, and the ratios of every one of our mixes. Under About Us, be sure to check out our blog posts. Great information about caring for the lawn and the garden.